So hello and welcome everyone. Welcome to Creatrix channel. So first of all, let me introduce myself. My name is Vishal Soni and I have cleared engineering services examination 2 times from electronics and telecommunication branch, both times in double digit rank. In 2014 my rank was 98 and in 2015 my rank was 25th. I have served as a Group A Gastro Officer in Indian Railways and in Indian Telecommunication Services. So most of you must have been following me on the Creatrix channel for electromagnetic field theory. So if you are a seeker of a free education, this is the channel for you, and you must understand that all these free initiatives is coming your way because of the Unacademy. So Unacademy is the revolution in the field of the free education and the affordable education. So how can you access those free courses? So if you want to access the free courses, you must immediately subscribe this channel, Creatrix channel, because all the top educators of the country is providing the free course on this channel. And that free course is absolutely brilliant in content, that is systematic, that is organized, and that is complete. So complete playlist you will be getting of a particular subject. You can develop the concept, you can gain confidence. More than that, you can love the subject. So immediately subscribe this channel. Secondly, if you want to access more free content, then you must immediately download the Unacademy Learners app, because on the Unacademy Learners app, top educators of the country are conducting the free special classes. In that free special classes, you can get topic wise clarity of a particular concept. And do not forget to follow me on the Unacademy Learning app. So you can also access the courses. So you must have two things. First is your YouTube channel. This YouTube channel, Creatrix YouTube channel, must be subscribed. Secondly, you must understand that you should have the Unacademy Learning app. That is must for you in order to crack the examination. So these are the parts of the free education. And if you want to organize your content well, if you want more comprehensive manner, if you want other advantages of the Unacademy, then what are the other initiatives that is running by the Unacademy? So another initiative that is running by the Unacademy is Unacademy Plus. So on the Unacademy Plus, this is very affordable for those who actually want to take their preparation to the next level. So आपको Unacademy Plus में क्या क्या मिलेगा? You will be getting the live classes on a fixed time, so that you can get more disciplined, you can get more organized, and you have something in your mind that at this particular time my classes are going to run. Apart from that, you will get free test series designed by the educator itself. So gone those times when we have lot of errors in the test series, we do not have the discussions of the test series. So there the test series will be conducted by the educators. They themselves will be discussing the solutions of that particular thing. So you can imagine that your preparation is going to the next level for this. Apart from that, those who have prepared themselves for the examination, so for them there are crash courses also available. Again the crash courses will going to help you in achieve good ranks. Those who have already achieved good ranks and want to improve their rank, for them there are rank improvement batches. More than that, you can also see that there are unlimited practice sessions. So what do you understand by unlimited practice session? Which means there will be various doubt solving sessions. Apart from the doubt solving sessions, there are weekly quizzes, and with the help of those weekly quizzes you can enhance your problem solving skills. So lot of unlimited doubt solving sessions, lot of quiz sessions, systematic content, structured content. You can download the PDF after the lectures, so you don't have to waste your time in order to making notes. You can utilize those times to practice the particular concepts, or you can use those times to just write down the formulas so that you can remember those formulas quickly. Apart from this plus subscription, there is also one subscription which is known as Iconic. So Iconic subscriptions are for them who actually do not have the self motivation but having the talent. So if they are having the talent and you do not have the self motivation, that how can I push myself to crack the examination, so in this Iconic subscription you will be assigned a personal coach. So this personal coach is going to be with you every time, and he will help you to achieve your dreams. You will get a study planner which will be customized for you. You will get the expert guidelines who have already topped the examination. They will be basically hand holding you to crack the examination. So if you think you are not self motivated, if you think you do not have the proper background to crack any particular competitive examination, so this Iconic subscription is must for you. This is going to help you. So if you want the free education, then YouTube channel and the special classes are must for you. And if you can afford a little bit, how much you should afford, that we'll discuss in a while. But if you can afford a little bit, you should come on to this Unacademy Plus. And more than that, if you want the expedited process in your preparation, आप जल्दी से एग्जाम निकालना चाहते हैं, जल्दी से अपनी गलतियां सुधारना चाहते हैं, so this Iconic subscription is for you. Then now let us start today's lecture, which is on the communication system. So now let us start the lecture.
Friends, so in the last lecture we studied about the VSP-SC demodulator or receiver, and in that receiver I have used the ideal low pass filter at the receiver. So ideal low pass filter basically refers to the filter which has magnitude of 1 between frequency range minus omega m to omega m. In this particular case, I'm not using the ideal low pass filter at the receiver, rather I'm using a non-ideal low pass filter. The nature is still low pass, it will still allow the frequencies from minus omega m to omega m, but this amplitude may not remain 1, rather it may be changing or it may vary something like this. So in this particular case, I'm discussing about this particular filter. So first of all, let us recall what happens at the transmitter. At the transmitter, first of all, the message signal is transmitted to a DSP modulator. Here your carrier will be present, that is AC cos omega CT. After that, it is transmitted to a filter which helps in the recovery of message signal at the receiver. So we basically has to design this particular filter. Now I am assuming this input as A of t and this will be your S of t. So what will be the value of A of t? It will be mt into AC cos omega CT. So what will be A of omega? It will become m of omega plus omega c by 2 into AC plus AC by 2 m of omega minus omega c. So this is your input A omega to this filter. This is Hi omega and output is S omega, which is VSP modulated signal. So we know that S omega can be written as Hi omega into A omega, or S omega can be written as Hi omega into AC by 2 m of omega plus omega c plus m of omega minus omega c. So this is your S omega. Now let me draw the diagram of the receiver. So I'm again using the synchronous detector here, but in synchronous detector the filter's nature is not ideal now. So the modulated signal S of t will be reaching, first block will be an multiplier, and the locally generated carrier is perfectly synchronized in phase and frequency. After that, we will place a low pass filter H0 omega. Now the characteristic of H0 omega may not be now ideal, rather it will still allow frequencies from minus omega m to omega m, but the magnitude may not remain constant. So if this has to be a demodulator, then we will expect this y of t to be directly proportional to m of t. So if y of t will be directly proportional to m of t, in that particular case we can expect this block to act as a demodulator for VSP signals. So what will be x of t? X of t will be AC dash S of t cos omega CT. So from here, if I will take Fourier transform on both the sides, so x omega becomes AC dash by 2 S of omega minus omega c plus S of omega plus omega c. So this is the spectrum of x omega. We know that S omega is AC by 2 Hi omega m of omega minus omega c plus m of omega plus omega c. So what can be the spectrum of x omega? X omega is AC dash by 2 S of omega minus omega c. So if you will write S of omega minus omega c from here, so every omega will be replaced by omega minus omega c, and the first term becomes m of omega minus 2 omega c plus m of omega Hi of omega minus omega c. and this becomes AC into AC dash by 4. Similarly, the second term here, each omega will be replaced by omega plus omega c. So you can write here AC into AC dash by 4 m omega plus m omega plus 2 omega c into hi omega plus omega c. Now this x omega is passed through this filter, which is h naught omega, and this is our output y omega. We know that the characteristic of h naught omega in this case is non-ideal in nature, which means it is still allowing the frequencies from minus omega m to omega m, but the amplitude is not constant. So we can write y omega equal to h naught omega x omega between the frequency range minus omega m to plus omega m. So we cannot write this value of h naught omega as 1 because the amplitude is varying with omega. So the definition becomes y omega equal to h naught omega into x omega, and frequency range is from minus omega m to omega m. So now let us discuss. We know that this filter will allow only frequencies from minus omega m to omega m. What about this spectrum? We know that it represents the spectrum of m omega shifted to 2 omega c. So this will not be allowed by this filter. Similarly, what about this? This represents the spectrum of m omega shifted to minus 2 omega c. So this will not be passed by this low pass filter. So what will be the output of filter? The output of the filter will become AC into AC dash by 4 m omega hi of omega minus omega c plus AC into AC dash by 4, this will be 4 m omega hi of omega plus omega c, and this whole spectrum now will be multiplied by h naught omega. So y omega can be written as AC into AC dash by 4 hi of omega minus omega c plus hi of omega plus omega c into h naught omega into m omega. We know that if y omega has to be directly proportional to m omega, in that case this expression hi of omega minus omega c plus hi of omega plus omega c into h naught omega should be a constant value. So you can write h naught omega equal to 1 upon hi omega minus omega c plus hi into omega plus omega c, and this h naught omega should be directly proportional to this particular expression. So this expression is also important. Whenever h naught omega is directly proportional to 1 upon hi of omega plus omega c plus hi of omega plus omega c, in all that cases y omega will directly be proportional to m omega, and we can say that our message signal has been successfully recovered. So what is the bottom line, or what is the summary? The summary which we need to remember is, whenever the filter h naught omega has the characteristic of an ideal low pass filter, or such a filter such that the amplitude is constant between minus omega m to omega m, in all that cases y naught omega will be directly proportional to m omega if and only if hi of omega plus omega c plus hi of omega minus omega c will be constant and that too in the frequency range of minus omega m to omega m. Sometimes it is also written that hi of f plus fc plus hi of f minus fc should be constant in the frequency range minus fm to fm, where fm represents the frequency at which message signal is band limited. So this is the first case. In the second case, if the filter which is present at the synchronous detector does not have constant amplitude between minus omega m to omega m, in all those cases, if y omega has to be directly proportional to x omega, the h naught omega should be directly proportional to 1 upon hi of omega plus omega c plus hi of omega minus omega c. Or sometimes it is also written that h naught f should be directly proportional to hi of f plus fc plus hi of f minus fc, and obviously this relation must be true between the frequency range from minus omega m to omega m or from minus fm to fm. Sometimes the same expression is also written in magnitude form, that is, the magnitude of hi of omega minus omega c plus hi of omega plus omega c should be constant between the frequency range minus omega m to omega m, or the magnitude spectrum of hi of f minus fc plus hi of f plus fc should be constant in the frequency range of fm. And case 2 is also sometimes written in magnitude form, which means the magnitude of h naught omega should be directly proportional to the magnitude of hi of omega minus omega c plus hi of omega plus omega c, which means mod of omega should be less than or equal to omega m. Or in f terms, it is written that mod of h naught f should be directly proportional to hi of f plus fc plus hi of f minus fc between the frequency range minus fm to fm. So this is the summary regarding a VSB modulator, which you must be aware of. Now, what are the advantages of VSB-SC? There are several advantages, and first of all is it is used for transmission of video signal practically. It requires lesser bandwidth than AM and DSP. It also requires lesser transmitter power than AM and DSP. Also, VSB is practical method for transmission of video signal, and it can also be used for the transmission of voice and audio. What are the disadvantages of VSB-SC? Disadvantages are it requires a complex receiver. Also, we need to design the filter at transmitter. Sometimes we need to establish the correlation between filters at transmitter and receiver, that is the correlation between hi omega and h naught omega. it requires larger bandwidth as compared to as compared to SSPSC. It requires larger transmitter power as compared to SSBSC. So these are few major disadvantages of VSBSC, but the transmission of video signal is done by VSPSC only. Now next important topic is that we also need to know what are the percentage of the power which is being saved in DSP-SC as compared to AM. So we know that the general expression of AM was AC plus MT cos omega CT, or we have written it as AC cos omega CT plus MT cos omega CT. And the general expression of DSP becomes MT cos omega CT. We need to suppress or drop this carrier component. So the formula becomes the percentage power saved is power saved upon total power. So what is the amount of power saved? We are saving the carrier power. And what is the total power which was being transmitted? It was PC into 1 plus mu square by 2, or it becomes 2 upon 2 plus mu square into 100% for single tone sinusoidal case. It will become PC upon PC into 1 plus mu square, or 1 upon 1 plus mu square into 100% when message signal is square wave, and it becomes PC upon PC into 1 plus mu square by 3, or 3 upon 3 plus mu square into 100% when message signal is triangular. So these are the formulas which will be used, and again the value of mu will depend whether Ka is given or not. If Ka is not given, mu will be mod of MT max by AC, and if Ka is given, so mu will become Ka mod of MT max. Now what is the percentage power saved in SSP-SC as compared to AM? So we know that in case of conventional AM or DSP-FC, this was the general expression plus MT cos omega CT. So this has the carrier component plus two side bands, upper, lower. In case of SSB, it has only a single sideband, either USB or LSB. So the percentage power saved formula becomes power saved upon total power. So what is the power saved? Here the power saved is carrier power plus one sideband power, and the total power becomes carrier power plus 2 times of sideband power. So we know that when message signal is single tone sinusoidal in nature, total power of AM becomes PC plus PC mu square by 2, and in this case the power of SSP becomes PC into mu square by 4, which is representing the power of single sideband. So the percentage of power saved will be power of one sideband, which is PC into mu square by 4 upon total power. So it becomes PC plus PC mu square by 2, or you can write it as mu square upon sorry, here power saved will be 1 carrier plus 1 sideband. So I also need to add this PC here. So this power becomes mu square plus 4 upon 4 plus 2 mu square into 100%. So the percentage power saved becomes 4 plus mu square upon 4 plus 2 mu square into 100%. Now what happens when message signal is square wave? When message signal is square wave, total AM power becomes PC plus PC mu square, and power of a single sideband becomes PC mu square by 2. So in this case, percentage of power saved will be carrier power is saved plus one sideband is saved. So I'm writing here USB. I can also write LSB, but any one of one can be used, and it will be total AM power. So it becomes PC plus PC mu square by 2 upon PC plus PC mu square. PC gets cancelled, and it becomes 2 plus mu square upon 2 plus 2 mu square into 100%. Similarly, when message signal is triangular waveform, so in this case total AM power becomes PC plus PC mu square by 3, and power of single sideband either USB or LSB becomes PC mu square by 6. So percentage power saved becomes carrier power plus one sideband, can be either USB or LSB, plus total AM power. So you can write here PC plus PC mu square by 6 upon PC plus PC mu square by 3. So this becomes 6 plus mu square upon 6 plus 2 mu square into 100%. Next is percentage of power saved in SSB as compared to DSB. So the power of DSB comprises of power of sidebands, and it becomes power of USB plus power of LSB, while the power of SSB comprises only power of any one of the sidebands. So here the percentage of power saved will be power of one sideband is saved, while the total power is power of sideband. We know that it can be written as power of USB upon power of LSB plus power of USB, and we know that power of LSB and USB are always equal, so you can write it as power of USB upon 2 times power of USB, or the percentage power saved becomes percentage power saved becomes 50%. So the formula for percentage power saved, if you notice closely, comes out to be 2 upon 2 plus mu square into 100% when m of t is sinusoidal in nature. Now, what was the formula for transmission efficiency? It was mu square upon 2 plus mu square. Now let me calculate the value of 1 minus eta. 1 minus eta will become 1 minus mu square upon 2 plus mu square, or 2 upon 2 plus mu square. So if you need to ask percentage of power saved in DSB as compared to AM, so you can directly calculate transmission efficiency and minus it by 1. So this will always give the percentage of power saved in DSP as compared to AM. Now lastly, the comparisons of different modulation schemes. So first of all, if you see the AM or double sideband full carrier, the power will be PAM, the bandwidth will be 2 into maximum frequency component of message signal, and application is broadcasting. What will be the power of DSP-SC? The power can be calculated, and I'm writing it as PDSP. The bandwidth will be 2 into maximum frequency component message signal, and in DSP-SC no practical application has been now lately. What is the power of SSPSC? It is the power of DSP divided by 2. So it has half the power of DSP. The bandwidth will be maximum frequency component of omega m, and it is used for point-to-point voice communication. And what about VSP-SC? The power which is required to transmit the VSP is greater than the power of SSP and lesser than the power of DSP. Similarly, the bandwidth of VSP is greater than the bandwidth of SSP and less than the bandwidth of DSP. That is, the bandwidth lies somewhere between omega m2 to omega m, because it is not transmitting the single sideband. Also, small portion of second sideband is also being transmitted, and obviously it is used for the transmission of video signal, though it can be used for the transmission of voice as well as audio, but preferably it is used for the transmission of video signal.
So if you have liked today's lecture and you want to subscribe to Unacademy Plus, the very first thing that you should understand that you should use this particular code. What is the code? The code is VishalGate. Write my name and attach gate to it. So by using this particular code, you will be getting all the advantages of the Unacademy Plus. All the added advantages will be directly assigned to you. Secondly, you will directly come to under my guidance, and that will surely help you to crack the examination in the least possible time, and you will also get the guidance of the complete team. Okay, and the most important thing is that you will immediately get the 10% discount on that. So immediately you are enabled to get 10% discount once you use this coupon code. So for example, if you talk about the Plus subscription, which is costing you 25,000 for 1 year, and if you use this coupon code VishalGate, immediately you are going to get 10% discount, which is 22,500. And if you talk about the Iconic, for the Iconic subscription of the 12 month, this will cost you around 40,400. So these are the cost of the 12 months. And if you want to talk about the 2-year subscription, cost of the Plus, it is your 27,000 after discount. If you want more discount than 10%, and you have already attended the special classes, then you will be having some credits in your account. Do not forget to use those credits so that you can get more discount than 10%. Now, how can you pay these amounts? So there is one good news for you, that you can pay this amount by using credit cards and debit cards by using the facility of the zero cost EMI. So if you want to pay this particular amount of 22,500 with the help of zero cost EMI, so the zero cost EMI can be availed by using credit cards and debit cards. Remember, you can use the credit card of any company, but the debit card is allowed for HDFC and the Bajaj Finserv. Apart from that, if you want to directly pay this much of amount, you think that this particular amount is the most affordable fees that can be provided to you for 1 year subscription, तो आप directly क्या कर सकते हैं? You can use this credit card, debit card, direct payment. You can also go for the EMI options, okay, and you can directly pay this amount by using net banking. Every time you think of the Unacademy Plus subscription, the first thing that should come in your mind is this particular code. Do not forget to use this code once you take the subscription, because I have already told you that this particular coupon code is going to give you the lot of advantages, so you cannot miss the opportunity to use this code. So every student who want to come on to the Unacademy Plus, they want to take the advantages of the Unacademy Plus, they want to empower themselves in the best possible manner in this digital era, they want to be the part of this revolution, then this is the time for you. You do not have to wait for it. If you are in the first year, if you are in the second year, you are in the third year, the best possible time is right now to prepare for the examination, to dedicate yourself, to give yourself the opportunity so that you can get the success as early as possible. Apart from that, you should also join this GATE aspirant group. So this GATE aspirants group is already having 150k plus students, so you can join it. There are a lot of discussions going on between students. You can get the advantage of those discussions. Okay, you can also join this Creatrix channel. which is a Telegram channel. So everyone has to join this channel so that you can get all the PDFs of the lecture which is being assigned to you. Fine. There are various channels which you can go for it. So various channels in the association with Creatrix. So you can follow the channel of your interest. And this is it in today's lecture. So let us meet in the next lecture. Thank you so much.